Hi, welcome to the Learn It Live Basic Orientation. So we're going to get started by going over the virtual classroom. And I do recommend, as I'm going through the features and showing them on this video, that you also have a practice session running, and you can pause this video and start it and rewind, etc. And you can see the different features and things that are available to you. So you'll do this, you'll launch the practice session by being logged into your profile and then clicking on Launch Practice Session, which will open up a version of the classroom that will be virtually exactly the same as the one that I'm about to show you. So let's go ahead and get started. I click on Enter Live Session. It comes up. You see I have two sessions here. This says View Recording. That's what it looks like when recordings are available. And let me click on Enter Live Session to go into the room. So it's going to enter me in, download the virtual classroom, which only takes a few seconds. And I get this box that says, how do I want to join the audio? Well, because I'm the instructor, I'm going to click on microphone, and then that's going to connect my microphone to the virtual classroom. Usually students will click on listen only, and then they'll be participating via chat or polls and all of this stuff I'm going to go over in just a second. Certainly participants can come on the microphone as well, but generally they'll come on listen only. So I'm going to click microphone. I'm going to allow the microphone, and it's going to connect. And you can see that my microphone is connected. I can tell that it is and that it's working because I see this halo around my microphone here. So I'm going to mute it. You are now muted. So because it doesn't need to be on, and we will get started here. So I'm going to skip a little over into our normal presentation. I'm going to upload some slides so you can see that. So I upload slides when I come in the room. I click on this button in the bottom left-hand corner. That is to upload slides. I click select file. I find that on my computer. Here it is. And then it takes only a few seconds to upload. We do recommend uploading PDFs to this platform. You certainly can upload PowerPoint files. However, the system, we find that PDFs are the most preferred just in terms of formatting and everything. We do recommend that even with your Office documents, you go in and you click Save as PDF. So save it as a PDF and then upload it to the platform, and it will come out looking perfect. So here is our platform overview presentation that you've seen uploaded to this whiteboard. And we'll go ahead and get started. I will go through this presentation basically in the same order that we do the live training. Well, first we'll talk about managing participants. We're going to go over audio and video in the class. We're going to talk about adjusting the layout and this interface that you see. We're going to, again, touch on the presentation and whiteboard, which I talked about a little bit, the chat box, which you can see on the right-hand side, screen sharing, payments, which is going to be on the Learn It Live platform, messaging before and after the session, and then reports and tracking. So let's go ahead and get started and talk about entering in the class. I've already reviewed this basically, so we really don't have to spend that much time on it. Again, we do recommend if students are just participating via audio and listening, then they'll click on listen only. You may have to test it and your microphone and to come through. So all of this stuff you have already seen, and we will move on to managing participants. Now, it's very important to know how to manage participants in sessions. When, one of the things that we hear the most, one of the questions or a support issue that we hear the most is, there was an echo or there was an audio disruption or there was some issue with audio in my class. Well, almost always that's because a user was on the microphone. They came into the room on the microphone and they were not muted. And so you could hear background noise or whatever was going on in their environment. That's why I will always choose mute all users except presenter, right? And I'm the presenter. So I'll mute all users except presenter. And that way, when they come in the room, they're automatically going to be muted. If you don't happen to do that and someone comes onto the microphone, just be aware that if there is an audio disruption, generally it's because someone that is coming on to audio when they shouldn't be. So look over here and make sure that all of your microphones are muted. And you can see that because there's this line that goes through the microphone. And if you want to mute an individual microphone, you'll click on the microphone. And if you want to unmute,
you are now
click
unmuted
on that microphone for yourself or for students, and that will unmute them. So you can always unmute a user. We do recommend that you click on that mute all user button.
You are now muted.
Now you can also see here that if I want to prevent users from coming on to the whatever it is, audio, video, using chat, fiddling with their layout, I can lock it all down. So I can click all of these and totally lock down the session so that users really can't do anything. And then next to that, you'll see the menu of emoticons. Emoticons are a fantastic way to interact with users in the sessions. I'll say, okay, if anybody has a question and wants to come on the audio, raise your hand, and they can raise your hand. You see that coming up here. Can everybody hear me? Give me a smiley face. Who thinks that's a yes? Who agrees? Yes or no? Raise your hand if you think yes. Raise your hand. Different ways like that. The emoticons allow users and allows yourself to express your opinions or feelings or agreement, whatever that's going to be in the virtual classroom. So definitely encourage you to utilize the emoticons in your classes. Next, video. So you can see here what it looks like to come on video. I will come on video. Hopefully just gonna get my hair right. It asks me for approval to come onto the camera, and the browser will ask me to come on. Your browser may be a little different. Okay, here you can see, again, not having the best hair day. But hi, I'm Sydney. I'm work at Learn It Live. I'm actually the president of Learn It Live and leading this session today. I also lead many of the other trainings on the platform. So if I want to start sharing my video, you can see I can start sharing here. I can choose different qualities of the video. Generally, it will default to medium quality. So that's what I'll stick with. Unless you have something that really requires a high bandwidth, a high quality stream, I would stick with that medium quality. It's because the high quality stream isn't the most friendly stream for all participants. So let's click on start sharing, and you can see that pops up in the bottom left-hand corner. Now, so I'm on video. You can see me here. When you have multiple participants that are on video, this is what it looks like there. And I'll show you we're going to change around the screen so that it would look like that. So we're going to talk about changing layouts. You can change layouts in the room. I'll show you this here on the screen. It's in the bottom right-hand corner. You can see that here in the bottom right-hand corner. You've got a menu with different layouts. So watch as my screen changes layout. So video chat, and then I'm big in the center. If I was just going to be talking to participants and interacting with them via video, this is what I would choose, or having some sort of a video, multiple person video chat is what I would choose. Webcam meeting has the video big. You could also extend out the chat, so doing just chat and video. We will go to presentation meeting, and you can see all of these. Lecture, which is going to be just the slides. So zoom out, and you can see. So this is going to be your basic sort of webinar layout and format. Now, if I want to set users, screens for them, I will click on this button here. And I do recommend setting users buttons because they may not know how to change their own format. And you'll want them looking at it in a specific way. So click on that apply layout to viewers. You click on this button here, and that will change it for all of the users in the room. And then put it back, and then I would click on it again to change the users' screens. Let me click off the video, and we're back to adding files to your presentation. because I did this in the beginning and went over it, I won't go over it again. All I'll say is it's the button here that you can see here on the screen, and you'll upload your files. You can upload images, you can upload anything. Definitely for presentations, PDFs are the recommended format. Now the whiteboard, you can see I'm using the whiteboard here. I have the pointer, which I like to use quite a bit. The text tool will allow me to write text. So you see how that works. One of the things to note that I did when I was writing text is you want to drag out a box, right? So make that a box so that you can write in the box. Zoom, zoom in, zoom out, zoom in, zoom out. Use that a lot. And then you have the bar with over here on the right-hand side. I recommend pause the video now if you can. Go into your own virtual classroom and play around with it and see how all this works. It'll only take a second. So you can see you've got the pen, you've got where I clicked on to write with, and then this will clear the screen. There you go. So pen, box, circle. I know we have them both here. So a little confusing, but it's the exact same thing. Now, polls and surveys. Polls are here on your screen. Start a poll. You can see it here on that I put on the slide. So polls are here to start a poll. I'm going to do this. I'm going to start a poll. I'm going to do an A through D poll, and you can see what it looks like. So I'll click on A through D, and I would write the question on the board, which you can see here. What is your favorite season? I just put a random A through D question, and then this would ask students for the responses. And polls are a really great and very easy and effective way to interact with your audience. So you would be getting your results here. I'll show you what that looks like. I'll show you what it looks like. So if you do get results, that will look like this here, right? So here is a poll where 1B got 1, C got 1, D got 1, and E got 2. And then you would publish them to the whiteboard, and that would show everyone what the results to the poll were. Again, polls are a great way to interact with users. Next is chat. So chat is very simple. The one thing to note in the chat box, you do have the conference call-in number. If you ever have any audio issues, any internet disruptions, etc., use the chat. Use this. Use the number that's here to connect into the conference bridge. Otherwise, very straightforward chat. Note you can click on this options menu. The options menu is here on the right-hand side. So you see I click over, and there's generally a list of users that are here, right? And I could click, and it would allow me to private chat with them. So screen sharing, a couple of things to note about screen sharing. It is this icon up here in the top left. You'll click on this icon, and it will ask you to start sharing your screen. One of the things to note is we encourage use of Firefox if you're using screen sharing. If you're not, don't have to use screen sharing. I actually will encourage utilizing Chrome. But any of the browsers will work. However, Chrome will not work for doing screen sharing. It's just a type of application that's used to share your screen. Users that are viewing with Chrome can see your screen because that has nothing to do with the application required, but you as an instructor cannot share your screen. So use Firefox, Safari, Internet Explorer. Go in now if you think you're going to be using screen sharing and practice. Go into your practice session and see how you can use screen sharing. So now the account interface, and I'm going to go over to the account interface so you can see this. We won't go with the slides. Now, so from the account interface, you can do a variety of things. So create a class, which I'm going to go to in just a second. You've got all of your classes that are set up here. This is the Learn It Live general account, so you can see we've got 47 classes in here. With this past session, there is a recording that's available, so I can click on View Recording and watch the recording of that class. Below this, you've got a bunch of icons that are here. So there is the message to all participants that are registered, and there are 11 people registered in this class. So it would send a note to all of the participants. So message all, I would click on that and say, whatever the follow-up is that I wanted to send to the students. It's a great way to keep up with students in your class. This is the edit button, right? This allows you to edit information in your class. This is the reports button. So this will show me a report of the class. And then the referral link. And we'll talk a little bit more about that in a second. But this will copy the link to the class and your specific referral link to the class so that you can send it out to people. Now, let's look at the other options that you have on this page. We've got launch practice session, which we've already talked about. Payments, which we're going to go over in a minute. Inbox, we'll also go over in just a minute. Let's go now to the create a class option. So I open it up in a new tab, and this allows me to create a class, right? So I'll put a title to my class. You'll want to choose a picture that represents the theme of your class, some sort of a description. Now, it also allows you to put in a lot of other information here, and you may have this or you may not, so it's not required. So maximum amount of participants, the default will allow 5,000. Privacy options, you want to make it public or private. If you make it private, it will not be listed in the main search, but you will be able to send it out to your students and your users to sign up for the class. And then you'll create your session schedule. So let's do a couple of times. We'll do it for next week and add this session. Here we go. There will be a cost. It's going to cost $10. And here I can create different discount codes. So we're going to make the 50% discount and 100% discount. We're going to create the class. You can see now that after I have created the class, it ends up in this My Classes instructing area. It's available for students to sign up for. Now I'm going to actually delete this class. I'm going to confirm, and it takes this class away. So if you want to delete a class, you can. If you needed to delete a specific session time, you could go in and edit the class and delete the session time that was created. Now let's look at your payments. Let's look at your payments page. So when people pay for your classes, it's going to come in here, right? So I can look at a record of all of the payments that are in this class. I'll see what the available balance is. I'll see what the pending balance is. I'll see when the next payout is for the class and where I'm going to get paid out to. Here I have it set to check. Generally, it's not going to be check. You'll do PayPal or direct deposit. Next, we will look at your inbox. So inbox works very similar to email or works similar to Facebook, where you'll communicate with people through the platform. Usually they're going to be students that are taking your classes. Next, let's look at your at reports. So here are the reports available for all of your classes. You can see I have a lot of different reports here. So all the people that enrolled, who watched live, who watched the recordings, and etc. And I could go in, and if I wanted to get a full report here, I could download the information in Excel. Let's see, I click on that button, and it will then download that report. That is the basic overview of Learn It Live. One other thing to note is for all of your details in your account is going to be up here in the account info, your referral info. You can see reduced commission for your learners, people that are added to your account will be here, right? So you'll have your referral link there, payment info. So here you can choose PayPal, direct deposit, or check. That is the general overview. If you ever have any questions, you can certainly write me. My email is sid@learnitlive.com. Definitely make sure to copy our support team We want to make sure to get back to you in the speediest time possible. So make sure to send us a note at support for any questions, technical questions, or questions about your account, or any other questions about how long classes should be, topics, prices, etc. So I hope that this orientation was helpful for you today, and that you have a great experience leading classes at Learn It Live. We have built the platform to serve the community and to serve instructors, and we are here to support and help you. So thank you very much.